Sist denna novemberlördag lämnar vi ordet till Jacob Dahlin.
Välkomna till en stege utan samvete men fylld av glans och yta. I natt ska det bli show på stegen. Vi ska möta Broadway här. I natt så ska jag få vandra ut för himlastegen själv. Och när jag rappar ner för trappan så gäller det att stappla rätt. Ja, du vet, det värsta med de här, det är att fallet kan bli farligt. Sträckta ben och muskelvärk. I natt förenas vi med Broadway, med glittersvett och med talang!
A chorus line. A chorus line. The best musical ever is now the longest running show in Broadway history. A chorus line. The winner of the Pulitzer Prize and every award Broadway could come up with. A chorus line. The singular sensation at the Schubert Theater.
I got it! Well, what is it?
It's showtime, folks.
Någon läste brevet du skrivit på min radio. Och det var en värld som hörde på. Det måste ramlat ut ur ett hål i din gamla överrock. De nämnde inget namn, men jag vet att det var du. Jag blev både varm och kall och jag undrade om du själv fick höra det just då. Jag visste inte alls att du hade känt precis som jag. Men de läste det så högt, de sa vartenda ord på min radio. På min radio. Du blir du sorgsen liksom jag när du hör vår sång. Inget är sig likt sen den dag då det tog slut. De enda ord jag vill höra nu är att du älskar mig. Och att du vet du vill komma hem igen. Jag nästan kände mig lite stolt när han läste allt. Du hade inga ord som räckte till just nu.
Alltså jag får gåshud. Jag tycker det här är fantastiskt. 30 år på scenen, Siw.
Ja.
Och så väljer du min låt. On the radio. Det var min signatur 123 gånger i radion i Galaxen.
Jag hörde inte från början. Nej, jag körde bil från teatern då.
Ja, jag blev alldeles stum.
Ja, vad kul.
Ja. Jo, hörru du har gjort i stort sett allting. Du började som glad svensktoppsflicka och var i tv och sen så åkte du till Tyskland och så gjorde du film och sen gjorde du stor Broadway-show 9 som vi ska få höra mer av senare ikväll. Och så blir du bara bättre och bättre.
Tycker du det?
Ja, men tycker du inte det själv?
Ja, det vet jag inte vad jag ska säga om det. Men det känns bra i alla fall.
Jag tycker din röst blir bättre och bättre.
Ja, det är konstigt. Men den har mognat och bärigare på något vis.
När ska du göra din stora påkostade krogshow då?
Usch, nej, jag vågar inte.
Du vågar inte det?
Nej, jag blir så nervös bara jag tänker på det.
Varför inte det då?
Jag vet inte, usch. Nej, jag blir så rädd. Tänk när jag står där för ångest och bara går.
Ska vi öppna den här eller vill du ta den med hem? Va?
Nej.
Jag menar, du har haft 2 shower idag väl?
Ja.
För man törs ju knappt säga skål till dig.
Ja.
För det gör du ju hela kvällarna.
Ja.
Ska vi öppna den eller?
Gör det.
Ja, vi gör det. För jag har hört att du är annars väldigt ekonomisk. Så.
Nej, men jag blir vansinnig.
Förresten, en sak jag undrar det. Vad tycker du om Lill-Babs? Det har man aldrig fått höra. Ni har ju liksom varit parallella i alla år.
Ja, men hon är kär.
Hon är kär?
Ja, hon är kär och rar.
Men har ni någonsin träffats någonsin eller sådär?
Det blir inte så ofta faktiskt.
Nej.
Vi har jobbat ihop.
Vad har ni gjort? Oj. Du ser, jag är så nervös att
Vilken kypare.
när jag har såna här stora stjärnor. Ja, men vad har ni gjort ihop då?
Vi var på Berns ihop. Lasse Lönndahl, Svante Thuresson och jag.
Ja.
Och det var...
Hur gick det då?
Ja, det var så roligt.
Ja.
Jättebra.
Men...
Hon var avundsjuk för att jag sjöng så bra och jag var avundsjuk på henne för att hon var så snygg. Så det var
jag tycker inte du ser så pjåkig ut du heller. Skål, ta mig fan.
Ja, detsamma. Skål. Och det är äkta champagne. Skål.
Hello, ladies.
Hello,
All right, why don't we try rehearsing the opening combination? Remember that from the top? Can we have it under tempo, though? Great. Okay, here we go. You have a 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wait. Is that right arm up on 5?
It's right arm up on 5. You got it.
Okay.
5, 6, 1, 2, 3.
Sorry. Is it and 1?
Right.
Thank you.
From here, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. From the top. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. Great. Going on. And 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1.
How high is the cake?
That's high. Yeah, so you have from 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. One more time. Hang in there. Okay, yourselves. You have a 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2,
And down. And 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Great. One more time. Energy this time.
All
Right?
right, let's go.
A 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, Michael, what do you say?
Well, I think it's wonderful. I think it's really wonderful. Now, do they know that I've never seen any of the movie? So this was
You
the
haven't
first
seen
moment?
anything?
No.
Oh.
It's the first time.
No.
I'm surprised that you didn't do the movie.
Yes. A lot of people were surprised that I didn't do the movie. No, well, I did the show so much that it was time for me to do new things. And also, I had an idea for how to do the movie, and the Hollywood producers of the movie company that owned the film really didn't understand.
Tell me about the idea.
Oh, the idea? No, I wanted to make the movie the auditions for the movie of a chorus line.
Uh-huh.
So that at the end, the end of the film would be the logo before the finale, as to who got the roles. And then it would have put all the musical numbers into one reality, which was you were really singing and dancing to audition. But they didn't know what I was talking about.
No.
That's interesting.
But I have a lot of ideas, so. So I said, that's all right, let someone else do the movie. And I was very thrilled that Jeff Hornaday was doing it. I thought Flashdance was fabulous. He's a wonderful choreographer. Richard Attenborough is certainly a brilliant director.
Yeah.
So I know that the film is in very good hands. And the cast is superb.
Yes, we have 4 actors from the cast. We saw you dance before. Alison Reed.
Yes.
You're doing Cassie.
Yes.
Who is she?
Oh, my goodness. In 25 words or less, right? Cassie, I was born and raised in the theater and stepped out and was a featured dancer, and also, as a side story along with it, had a relationship with Zach, the director, and lived with him. And because of being featured, got called to go out to Hollywood, and also kind of went out, I think, to get out of the relationship and go on, and was afraid to face it all. But she went out there for all the wrong reasons, because everyone else wanted her to do it, and it was what she should do. And then I think that she finally reaches a point where she has to be true to her own heart and to what's right for her. And she comes back and puts herself on the line, and also faces the old relationship, and tells everyone that she's there because she wants to be there this time, and
This
she
is the
wants
whole
to
movie.
dance. Yes, right.
You did that very well, Alice.
Thank you.
That's really true.
Where did you get the idea from for this show, actually?
I had the idea like around 70 or 71 to do a show about dancers auditioning, because I thought the audition process was so interesting and so emotional and so difficult that the world should know what it took to be able to work in the chorus on Broadway, and how hard that was, and what an accomplishment that was. And also to understand how dancers are so close to athletes, and how their career is relatively short, which we never face, by the way, but it is the truth.
And then you saw the Watergate hearings,
Yes. Well, no, then I spent a summer watching Watergate. And Watergate was very damaging to America. It was very hard on all of us. I mean, they're too young, most of them, to remember. They were kids when they were watching Watergate hearings. And it seemed to me if our leaders were not heroes any longer, that it was a time that the American people needed to believe that we were okay. As a group together, we could do anything. And that we were good people.
You wanted to show truth on stage.
Yes.
So
Well, I have always believed that my favorite musicals are musicals that are about subjects that would normally be dealt with in a play, and have a play reality as opposed to being a musical review or a lighter weight musical. Like one of my favorite lighter weight musicals is Annie, for instance. But my favorite musicals are Gypsy. I mean, that story is very involved. And, of course, backstage musicals. Gypsy King and I think, is wonderful.
Pam,
the Rodgers and Hammerstein show.
Sorry. Pam, you did the show. You are in the show now on Broadway. What's the difference between the show and the movie?
I knew you were going to ask me that. Well, in the Broadway show, Maggie faces the facts, that was her childhood, and she's on with her life. And right now she's at an audition, and that's it. As far as the movie goes, you can see that her childhood, that she was born out of selfishness, that she never knew her father, and it still affects her today.
How should a director be in an audition, you think? Should he be nice? Nice?
He should be as nice as me.
Right.
Right?
Fair. He should be fair.
Yeah, I don't think you can say how a director should be. It's so individual. I mean, that's like someone saying, I should be Pam. I can only be Allison, at my auditions even. So, I mean, a director handles it the way that they would as an individual, as a person,
right.
you know?
There's no stamp on
But he
how
mustn't be
should
too nice, I think. He has to be...
Oh, he's in control, you know.
There's a trap. If you're too nice to, if you're very, very nice to an actor, it builds up their expectations of getting the role.
Yeah, that's what
And
I
then
mean.
ultimately it is harder for them if they don't get the role to face that.
Sure.
And so if you try and treat everybody fairly and everybody the same. Now, Zach in Chorus Line, as the protagonist of the play, is much tougher than most directors are. As a matter of fact, we all work very hard not to be like Zach when we really have auditions. Now, I haven't seen the film, so I don't know how Michael is in the movie, but I'm sure that you have to do that. It's easier. I mean, because then, as I said, you do not build up people's expectations, and you don't hurt them as much when you reject them. And you have to be able to get through day after day of rejection if you're going to be in the theater.
You should know you're having auditions right now for Chess in London.
Yes. And it's very hard. It's hard for the actors, and it's hard for us, the production staff, watching people. I've seen so many talented people, and there are not that many jobs in the show. I needed 4 girl dancers. I'm now going to use 8 in the show, but I saw 450 girls.
Och med det säger jag tack till er som har kommit hit. Ja, ni förstår inte ett ljud, men det bryr jag mig inte om. För nu tänker jag säga vad jag tycker om den här filmen. Jag tycker nog att showen är lite mer verkligheten. Man har sliskat på och gjort det lite mer tårdrypande. Men det är en bra film. Och med det ska vi gå tillbaka till den ideala regissören Zack. Affärsmässig och hård. Hård men rättvis. Så här uppför han sig i Richard Attenboroughs filmatisering av A Chorus Line som går upp på biograferna världen över i jul.
I really need this job. Please God, I need this job. I've got to get this job.
Okay, first group, ballet combination. Everybody else, clear the stage. Second group, be ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Morales, you're dancing with your tongue out again.
Oh, shit.
Next group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The girl in the yellow trunks.
Who, me?
Yes, any ballet.
Well,
Don't dance.
Don't dance! Come on.
Larry, let's go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
sounds like God got out of the wrong side of bed this morning.
I hate his auditions. I don't mind being treated like puppets, but worms?
Or merchandise? Personally, I wouldn't mind him being such a shit if he wasn't so goddamn talented.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boy in the headband, head up. Headband, head up.
Listen, how long is he gonna keep us?
Long.
My day job starts at 4.
Oh, you better call in sick. Make him sharp. Next group of girls, jazz combination.
Nej, men.
Ja, men
Hej! Nej, men Susanne, vad gör du här?
Jag har just flugit in från Rom.
Från Rom?
Jobb,
Rom?
förstår du.
Vadå?
Jag intervjuade Arcadia.
Arcadia?
Ja, halva Duran Duran.
Ja, men heter inte de Power Station?
Jo, men andra halvan som leds av Simon Le Bon, alla små flickors allra blötaste drömpojkar.
Jo, jag tackar jag. Jaha, vad gjorde du det för?
Något program som heter Jacobs Stege.
Ja, det är ett jävla bra program frånsett programledaren.
De har jävligt bra medarbetare.
De har det, jaha.
Ruttet betalt, men... Hör du, vi syns nästa
Ja.
vecka. Hej.
Och den apan, ja. Nej men hej! Är du här också? Underbar show, va? Ja, du vet, man behöver verkligen lite glitter i vår svåra tid. Lite flykt. Förresten, var det inte ni som var i Anderna? Ja, och hajkade i bergen. Vad du ser ner ut? Förlåt, jag visste ja. Det var där det var vulkanutbrott, kära någon. Så spännande. Va? Hela bagaget borta. Gud, så jobbigt. Ja, jag menar att köpa nytt alltså. Ja, du vet, det är ju helt fel säsong nu för väskor. Ja, själv kommer jag just från Afrika. Nej, skitkul. Snorball. Alla var där. Ja, du vet svälten. Nej, det var inget problem med maten. Nej, inte på hotellen. Nej, de tar American Express. Du, var det några balla people i Anderna då? Bianca. Ja, men jag trodde hon hade sitt place i Nicke. Ja, Nicaragua. Hon gjorde en video där. Gud vad schysst. Jaha, ja, du vet, förra weekenden så var vi i Beirut. Helt filmlöst. Heavy. Rena öknen. Skumpan slut på hotellet och ett jävla oväsen nätterna igenom. Ja, du vet. Men jo, jag träffade Bosse Holmström. Gammal. Men du, värst. Iskallt i vattnet. Omöjligt att windsurfa. Och såna skräpiga stränder. Ja, annars då? Va? Vad säger du? Hela familjen? Du menar inte att det var så häftigt i Anderna? Begravde du dem där då? Kom Bianca! Vad synd, videon var klar. Så då är du solo nu då? Ja, trist hörru. Aha, du ska till Genève på konferens. Ja, nedrustningsköret. Ja, men då hittar du säkert något nytt där. Ja, men herregud, det börjar igen. Du, vänta, vi kan väl käka lunch någon dag. Du, pingla och skål.
Vilken bra show. Men tänk om det var jag som stod på scenen. Om jag vore stjärna på Broadway. Hur skulle jag leva då? Inte skulle jag som nu vara ensam och övergiven i mitt lilla ödsliga inackorderingsrum. Om jag vore stjärna på Broadway, då skulle jag leva i ett stort palats på Park Avenue, omgiven av 14 hängivna pekinesrar och 3 ännu mer hängivna manliga betjänter. Vilket underbart liv! På purpurröda sidenlakan skulle jag drömma babyblåa mjuka drömmar. Om jag vore stjärna på Broadway, inte skulle jag behöva stiga upp i 8 för att hinna i tid till jobbet. Först på eftermiddagarna skulle jag varsamt väckas med kaviar, champagne och röda rosor på silverbricka. Om jag vore stjärna på Broadway, min vardag skulle vara guld, paljetter, dans, musik, glamour. Om jag vore stjärna på Broadway med strutsplummer på kroppen, men med naken själ och boltande hjärta skulle jag stå på scenen. Här är jag, se på mig. Skulle jag vädja och sjunga i en kritikerhyllad musical. En glupsk publik skulle omfamna mig till utmattning. Om jag vore stjärna på Broadway. En natt gör jag fiasko. Och på Broadway känner jag mig precis lika ensam som nu.
When your dream girls and boys when you're down. And time we've had so much to fear. No, I'm not waking up tomorrow morning and finding that there's nobody there. Darling, there's no living without you. I'm not living without
Michael, where did you find Jennifer Holliday?
Where did I find Jennifer Holliday? Actually, there was a bus and truck company of Your Arms Too Short to Box with God, which was a gospel musical that came and played in New York for a limited run of 8 weeks. And she was in that company. Now, what had actually happened is a chorus line dancer by the name of Jamie Patterson, who had been on tour in America with Chorus Line, first saw Jennifer in Houston, and he sent her a ticket to come to New York to audition for Your Arms Too Short to Box with God. So actually, Chorus Line had something to do with Jennifer getting to New York. But I heard her sing, and the hair on my arm stood up, and I said, you know, this is a star.
Yes.
It hadn't been since Barbra Streisand that I had had that reaction to a singer.
But still, you fired her.
Yes, I fired her in workshop.
Why?
Which was very difficult for a week. And it was a very, it was at a very tense time in the formation of the show. And she stopped singing for a week. And I didn't think that that was fair to me or to the company, so I fired her, yes. But she was only 19. And then we did and this was in workshop. I mean, I fired her a year and a half before the show opened on Broadway. And we straightened out the problem in a couple of weeks. But it's one of my famous stories that is part of my legend.
Yes, about your legend. What happened to your movie contract? I know
What
you
happened
had
to
a
my movie contract?
You had $1 million movie contract, 3 movie contract with Universal.
Yes, and I was supposed to direct the Chorus Line movie, so it was 4. I went to Hollywood, and I was very naive about Hollywood. I mean, Hollywood functions very differently from New York, and I was really not prepared for that. I expected it to be more like in New York. I have a saying that the art or the movies in Hollywood are a result of the business, because the movie companies are in business to make movies. On Broadway, the business is a result of the art. In other words, for instance, I'll use chess as an example. Tim Rice and Benny and Bjorn have an idea. They write a musical. As a result, business people get involved, and there's the business part of show business. But it started with the art. And in Hollywood, they have to make a certain amount of movies, and they didn't understand the way I worked. So I wrote a note that said, went fishing, because I figured they couldn't put me in jail for going fishing, and I went back to New York.
Well, in 1982, you conquered Broadway again with Dreamgirls. And that's another stage show. I mean, a show about the show, actually, about the stage.
Backstage musical.
Yes. And I think that this is really a movie on stage.
Yes, it's very cinematic. It's the result of the time I spent learning to make movies in Hollywood. I mean, that my style on the stage became more cinematic. And much like a camera, close-ups, dissolves, fades, montages. I mean, I had a wonderful time learning about movies. I didn't like closing one eye and looking through a camera, because it became two-dimensional. It wasn't. I'm used to three-dimensional things.
And I find that in all your musical, there's warmth and there's love and there's passion on scene all the time. And because I think you must love showbiz, and this is what your shows are about. And you put them together yourself. But now you're making chess. It's already a ready piece, and it's about something very intellectual. It's about chess, and it's about Europe, and you're working in Europe.
Well, by the way, I have, in my own head, I have metaphorically transferred it, so that when I direct the actors, I'm talking about artistic integrity in the show. I mean, the same way they care about the way they play chess and about being the best they can at what they do. That's something that I understand about my love and my feeling for my work. So in chess, it's very easy for me to transfer those emotions, even though the show is much more intellectual than anything I've done, like, say, since Follies.
And it's about politics.
And it's about politics, and which is really about business.
Well, what do you know about Russians?
I know they're very nice.
You've been to
Russia? I know that Gorbachev and Mrs. Gorbachev were absolutely wonderful in the summit.
You've been to the Soviet Union?
No, I haven't been to the Soviet Union. No, I would like to go very much, by the way. You see, I don't believe that people are different. I have to explain something. I ran away to the theater because I thought the theater was the nicest. This was when I was, 12, 13. The nicest place in the world to live, where people were the most understanding of each other, and everyone worked for common causes like the show. And I think that people are very, very similar. I think that, you know, there are cultural differences. That basically people all want the same thing. You know, to be happy, no wars, peace. I believe that anybody that has a brain in their head wants that.
Well, about chess, how are you going to illustrate a chess game on the stage?
Well, I'm using some video equipment so that there are close-ups, but I'm dancing some of it. But by dancing it, I don't mean that I have dancers dressed up as the chess pieces dancing around a chessboard. No, I am not no, I'm not doing that. But in a way, I'm dancing the inner thoughts between sections when they make moves, in the second act especially. But I do it differently through the show, and I only really play about 4.5 or 6.5 minutes of chess in Act 1 that's on the stage, and about 2 minutes in Act 2.
And then there's a long choir called The Story of Chess.
Oh, yes.
How are we going to do that?
I haven't figured that one out. No, we keep talking about that. I mean, there are many, many ways to do it, and it is an epilogue, and it's tricky. I mean, to do that. If the emotion of the play has worked right, you know. I mean, it can work either way. I don't know. That's one of the things that's great about the theater, by the way, is you have previews, and you have those performances before you open. So you're able to see something, and if you don't like it, change it the next day and try something else. I mean, I changed Dreamgirls. I was out of town for 4 weeks, you know, and then I previewed I was out of town for like 6 weeks, playing in front of an audience, sitting there every night, knowing when they read their programs, they were bored, and I had to fix that part of the show. So I love that insurance of having an audience help you fix a show.
Anyway, I think it's going to be a great success because I talked to Box Office today. They started to sell tickets last Sunday, and it's opening the 14th of May.
The 14th of
and they
May.
already sold tickets for £500,000.
Yes, and now it's up from that, from the last
You
thing
have
that
to
I
make a
heard.
great show now.
I have to. Well, I'll tell you something. I agreed to do the show because I think that in the tradition of Rodgers and Hammerstein, but contemporary, that this is the best score that I have heard.
Me too, actually.
Yes. No, I'm so happy that Benny Anderson and Bjorn Ulvaeus are writing for the theater. And with Tim, they make a wonderful... And I'm not saying this... I am saying this because I love them, by the way. But I really love the material in the piece. And I love what it's about.
After Dreamgirls, you said that you're gonna stop work for 10 years.
Did I?
And yes, and start to live.
Well, it only took 2. Is the truth of that one.
You don't like to live?
Well, you know, it's like I say, people ask me if I have a hobby, and I say skiing because I went skiing once for 10 days, about 15 years ago. I love doing what I do. You have to remember that I get to spend my days working in a rehearsal hall with people singing and dancing all around me. I mean, it's a constant entertainment. Mind you, it gets a little nerve-wracking sometimes, but it's a wonderful way to live. And I love going to work. And the work changes. Every new show has different problems and different situations and different rewards.
Thank you for coming here.
Oh, you're not going to say skål ta mig fan to me?
Okay, skål ta mig fan.
Who needs a dream? Who needs ambition? Who'd be the fool in my position? Once I had dreams, now they're obsessions. Hopes became needs, lovers' possessions. Then they move in, oh so discreetly, slowly at first, smiling too sweetly. I open doors, they walked right through them, called me their friend. I hardly knew them. Now I'm where I wanna be and who I wanna be and do where I started. Oh, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. Times have been good, fast, entertaining. But what's the point if I'm concealing not only love, all other feelings? Now I'm where I wanna be and who I wanna be and doing what I always said I wouldn't, yet I feel I haven't won at all. Running for my life and never looking back in case there's someone right behind to shoot me down and say he always knew I'd fall. When the crazy wheel slows down, where will I be? Back where I started.